Welcome to Dan ARG YouTube. Endurance Ugegbe say make we look into wetin Obasanjo talk, the former president of Nigeria. He say if we divide Nigeria, the minority go suffer. Minority na small group of people. Make I leave you with Endurance Ugegbe. Enjoy the video.
It's a beautiful Saturday over here, and I wish everyone a happy weekend. I hope we all slept well. There is something we must know if we must do what we've never done before. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo said the minority group in this country will suffer if we divide the country. When you look at such statements and look at who the statement is coming from, you will get to know that such statement is a political statement. Because Olusegun Obasanjo has been in the system from the inception. All he has today, the system gave to him. Yes, I know. He was part of the struggle. So there is no way we expect someone like Olusegun Obasanjo to tell us what we are supposed to do right now in this country. Because when that things are outrageous, whether people are dying, it doesn't get to where he is. Because as we speak, they still possess power to protect themselves and protect the area they live. There is no way we expect Olusegun Obasanjo to agree to a lot of us who believe dividing this country will better this country. The most challenge we'll be facing is that a lot of people just want prominent people, people with money, people, they'll be hearing their names to come say a thing before they will know that, yes, this thing is the right thing to do. Wisdom is not given to those with riches. There's every tendency for someone to be rich and not and don't possess wisdom. There's every tendency the person might be rich and also have the wisdom. You don't need to be a rich person before you can make a sense or say a thing that is viable. Olusegun Obasanjo has been in the system from the session. Yes, he was part of the struggle. Whatever he has today, the system gave it to him. So there is no way you expect him to accept it from anybody that we should end this very particular system, because they all are still in control. There is no aspirant that want to come into any position in this country today that don't go to consult Olusegun Obasanjo. They still enjoy a lot of all these things and they want it to be there. But by the time we are able to do our best to have this country structured in such a way that everyone will have an enabling environment, we are not fighting or struggling for anyone to come be in power, but we are struggling to make sure that everyone is represented, whether majority or minority. Now let's leave the issue of minority or majority aside. Who is not facing hardship in this country as we speak now? Who is not facing hardship in this country? Even the regions we consider as a majority, go look into it. A lot of people are suffering. So a lot of people have been consulting with His Excellency, former President Olusegun Obasanjo. So all they can do right now is to patronize us, to say things that can actually calm all down and make us listen to them, so that they can have their way again to continue to be in control. If we divide the country today and things change in this country, they themselves know the areas that will also suffer. So they don't want that hardship to come on them, but they want the hardship to be on us. They've been storing a lot, not just for themselves, but for their own family, their own children. Time will come, past governors, presidents, children will start aspiring to become president or get into one position or the other. Why? Because people will still listen to them, because there's hardship in the country. Once they have money to throw around, to solve people's immediate problems, people will still listen to them. So don't be surprised tomorrow Obasanjo's son can become the president of this country. Buhari's son can become the president of this country. Because this country system has been structured in such a way that if you have money, you can have your way. So that is why we don't need a system. The system doesn't accommodate viable people. The system only accepts those who have the money to throw around to reach out to everybody. Are we waiting for our Senate to come tell us dividing the country will be the best? No. If we share the country, if we divide the country right now, the Senate will not have their way again. Representatives will not have their way again. Meanwhile, they've been there since the creation of this country, since we got our independence, and nothing has happened. Every common person in the street is still suffering in this country. So all we need to begin to, where we need to put in more effort in this country right now is for everybody in different regions, in different states, different locations, different communities. Sound creative minds needs to begin to rise up to create what you know will better your place, will better your region. If we say today, okay, let every state have their authority to create a system of their own, to have the police, to have their military and all of that, how is the very state going to survive? Despite we are not dividing because we are actually enemies. The peace we don't have in this country today, the unity we don't have in this country today, was created by the same people that have been there and that are still there today. They brought in such disunity so that they can continue to gamble with us. They made our society riotic so that people will be afraid to speak up and to do what is right. So we cannot wait for these people to come change it for us. It is your responsibility. It is my responsibility. You don't need to be once a governor before. Because those who have been there before and those who are there now cannot join in this fight. Because the moment what we are yearning for come to be, their power will be neutralized. And they have a lot they've been enjoying with the power. And that is the reason why they don't want to let it go. That is greed. People want to remain on top until they die. Where is it done? It's never done anywhere. Even the football pitch, it gets to a level. You play to a level. You have to step out for another to come display their own capability. But in Nigeria politics, it is not so. What Olusegun Obasanjo said, I disagreed with him, but in every nonsense, there's always a sense. The only sense I picked from what he said was to begin to really put into consideration how people will really get to survive if we divide the country. If we are dividing the country into north, south, west, east, how is the east going to survive? The south, the west, will it really all go well for us? Yes, we need to put it into consideration. We know we need to divide this country in order to neutralize the power that has been allotted to some individuals by themselves. Because they're in control of our money, they're in control of our military, they're in control of our police. So the only way we can neutralize that authority is to really divide the country. But we have to put into consideration, because what affects one affects all. We are still one nation. Despite we want South to be on its own, to create their own system, the way it will suit their cultural value, the way it will suit their behavioral value, and otherwise. So other regions need to be considered as well. How will this one survive? There are some regions that have oil today. Some don't have. So those ones who don't have, it is time for creative mind from those regions to begin to rise up to say, despite we don't have oil, but we can survive with this. Because even though we divide today, we are still going to be doing business together. We are not one with the Europe. We are not one with America. But we have a lot of people doing business, different businesses with America, with other countries. So we also create a relationship in such a way that what affects one affects others. We can still do business together. Even as we speak right now, I know so many individuals I do business with in the north, in the west, in the east, in the south. So all these things will still be there. But we will not have the chance to let go these people who have been in power for years, rotating it among themselves. They are preparing their own children now to come take over. The only way we can get rid of them is to really divide the country. It's the only way. If we, at this point in time, we can still give the opportunity to people like Olusegun Obasanjo and other past leaders to begin to tell us what we should do, then we are not ready to do anything yet in the country. We are not ready to get the change we desire in this country. They have done their best, but we are still where we are today. Their opinion counts because they are citizens. But we can no longer put their opinions in the front line anymore. So many of us who are agitating, we know how these things are supposed to work. And that's why a lot of us, we are coming out to let people know. So it's time to begin to sensitize people, for them to understand. Because the system has just been like someone gives someone like ₦1 million to come give to you. The person gets to where you are. Because the person knows you have not seen even 10,000 naira with your eyes before. The person gives you 20,000. You'll be lost. You will not even have the right sense to begin to think, is this what I'm supposed to be given? But the hardship will make you accept it with all your might and you start dancing away. Meanwhile, someone was giving ₦1 million to give to you. But your eyes were covered. Your understanding was covered because you have not seen 20,000 naira before because of hardship. That is what we'll be getting from this system. If the system is so good, why is it that when anyone gets into power as a governor, once you step out, you become rich automatically? If you get into power as a president, once you step down, you become rich automatically. But the masses, that should be the major concern why we created leadership, they are still suffering. They are still where they are. Alfred Uyi, thank you, my honorable. I greet you, sir. Labu. Stella, good morning, mama. So what we are concerned about now is not about projecting anybody to get into power. What we are concerned about right now is about creating a proper system for everybody to do well. To do well. A particular company came into this country. They came to invest in a particular state. So one day we went there to look around with some of the people around me, and they were like, wow, this company is very rich. This Oyibo man that owns this company is very rich. I told him, calm down. I said, the reason why a lot of us are worshiping people is because we don't know how things work. We don't know how to make things work. We have so been reduced in this country that for you to be anything, you should be ready to fight it all alone. And that is why you see a lot of people are putting their hands into different crimes. Why? The system is in such a way that people feel, if I don't stand up to do this, if I don't stand up to have the whole of what I need to have, I cannot make it in life. I cannot make it in life. That's why I say a lot of people are putting their hands into different things just to make sure they have every resources they need to achieve what they want. So in such a country, why would there not be insecurity challenge? I said, this white man you are looking at now is here because the government supported this project. You say, hey, government in its own place? I say, yes. I said their system is such a way that this person might just only have the idea, write up a proposal and submit to the government. The government will give him the money. They will come, send delegates, check the visibility of the business. They will know that yes, there's visibility. The business will do well. They'll give the money to the individual to come down here and invest. That is why when an American leaves America and comes down to Nigeria, the whole country is aware that a particular American like this is out of the country and is in Nigeria. And when anything happens to that American in this country, there is a problem. There will be a problem in Nigeria. Why? Because even what the person has come to achieve in Nigeria here, the government money is in it. So both the life and the business, even the government over there will be watching it. They will do everything within their possible best to protect the business because they need to recoup their money and make profits. But check our own system. Check our own system. So many Nigerians have been burnt, bastardized in different countries. The only outcome will only be people, ambassadors going there to do peace talk and all of it, just to calm the situation down. Those who have been killed, they have been killed. Why? The government never supported you leaving this country. This country is supposed to have an institution. If you're traveling to Ghana, even Ghana here, even though you don't have the money, there should be an institution you go to meet. I am going to Ghana. Then the institution gets to look into it. What are you going to Ghana to do? Once they find out that what you're going to Ghana to do, probably you have a particular profession. That this thing will better the Ghanaians, it will better us, it will better your own life. They can invest. And while you are there, the ambassador, what's the reason for different ambassadors in different countries? So that when you come, they will be aware you are around. But because most movement of our people was never supported by the government don't care. Whichever way you wish to survive, go and survive. So if anything happens to you there, it is the same thing. Forget about it. We're supposed to have an institution in this country. Once any child struggles out of secondary school, the child should be of the sense to create what he or she is supposed to do with his or her life. If you wish to go for a particular profession, you should have an institution you go to liaise with. Put up a proposal. The institution will be there with the money provided by the government. Because the reason why a lot of people are looting money in government is because they don't have means to spend the money to better the lives of the people. They know, but they don't want to create it because they want to be sharing the money. But I'm trying to count for us the areas that our money is supposed to get into to make life better for everybody. Imagine we have an institution, once you are done with your secondary school, you wish like, okay, you want to study medicine. Forget about the background you're coming from. Put up a proposal. The institution gets to look into it. That you have all it takes. You really have passion for it. Then make sure you go through it. And make sure that as you are graduating, there is a place for you to practice. There's a place for you to work, because as you start working, you are going to be making contribution to the country so that they can as well use the same contribution to help others to achieve their dreams and pursuits. Now look into our market system, our business area. All around the country, we've seen so many markets burnt down. Bros, long time. Fred, I greet you. Happy weekend. I hope you're doing great. So many markets, areas have been burnt down without even the fire service being able to rescue just one shop. The government cannot work hard to make sure that there is a fire service attached to every market. If they just manage to build a market, they don't care about what happens next. But once they see you are doing business there, they come to collect tax. People are working in this country, they are paying tax through their salaries. with the work government did not provide for them. Now those taxes, where are they going to? What about if government builds a market and gives grants to people? If you know that you are good in this particular trade, you get to meet the institution who will be in charge of the trade. They bring out money. Once they check the visibility of the business you want to do, you actually know how to bring in goods and to sell. They give you the money. Once the business starts, you start making contribution, so that through that the government will recoup the money given to you to as well help others. If government money is in so many markets we see today in this country, they will do everything within their best to make sure that they protect the market. They will do everything. They will do everything to make sure that they protect those business areas, because their money is in there. The money that the individuals are using to trade is the country's money, so they need it back. But they don't care this time, because every individual is on their own. If you want to start up a business, you know how to go and source your money. That's why I see some people, some good business people, they will go and become armed robbers first. So we lay people to collect money before they can do the business they want to do. So many people with great ideas, they've dumped those ideas to begin to pursue other things that might even be illegal. But once they make the money, if they succeed, they make the money, they'll come and invest. Not that so many people don't have ideas in this country, but how to have it done has been the problem. Because a lot of people don't know. Most businesses I have today, I cannot tell you there is any one I put in my money from the beginning to Z of it. I only create the idea. I look at the people around me, those who are financially okay. I sell the ideas to them. They're like, wow, this is fine. Then I put in my time, put in my professionalism skills. I will be available. They make the money available. Myself will be available to make sure that we will make it come to pass. They get their part, I get my part. That is how I'll be working. And that is how it's supposed to be. If anyone tells you the money Dangote is using to do business today in this country, that he made it all alone, it is a fallacy. So many rich people invested with him. Don't be surprised that so many politicians invested with Dangote. They know how this thing works. Now, why can't they create a system that as an individual, as a citizen, it's not a matter of getting it whether you are a graduate or not, even though you don't know how to speak English, because education has nothing to do with creativity. Even our graduates will even have more value. Let's say you are just a Benin man, you don't know how to speak English. English is another mass language. Let's say you don't know how to speak English. Fine and good. You can go and meet those who know how to speak English to interpret and write up that proposal so that you can submit it to the institution. Probably you want to get into farming. Today, people want to get, like my own farms. I'll be showing us a lot of large farmlands I have. I didn't achieve them all alone. I let people know, look at this is working. I have market for it. I have everything for it. They bring in the money, we put it into it. Once it's time for harvest, we harvest, we take out for sales. I take my part, I give them their part. That's how it has been. Many of them know how this thing works, but they know by the time this thing becomes part of our system, everybody will be empowered. Nobody will get to listen to their trash when they are yearning for, when they start yearning for any positions, because by then everyone will be okay. Anyone that doesn't want to work will know that this person doesn't want to work, because there is an enabling environment for everybody who really want to succeed. If you want to go to school, we have an institution. Even though your parents don't have the money, we have an institution to help you through school, through the money provided by the government. Because we have money in this country, but they are sharing the money because there's nothing to put the money into. When they use the money to do one road, do one express road, we start shouting that they've worked, they've worked. You have a lot of dropout in the country today who truly have passion for what they want to do in the school, in the university, but no miss. If they will run down to their uncle, if their uncle cannot help, they run down to their auntie. If their auntie cannot help, they will drop it and become something else in the society. They don't have an institution they go to that will see them through it. Let's say a medical doctor is coming to this country now. Probably there's a situation and our doctors are not able to handle it. Then they're sending a medical doctor from America. As that doctor is coming down, it's just like a president coming down. Nothing else happens to him because the government has invested a lot in that very individual. They cannot afford to lose a citizen because they know how much they are put in every citizen. So once one dies, it is a loss to them because the country money has been used to build them. But yeah, we build ourselves. That's why when anything happens to anyone, it's not any of our representatives' concern. So it is a time we all need to come together and fight for our country. Yes, my brother, we all know the truth about all you have been saying, but the mentality of I wish I make it abroad have come to stay. I am one of those. Thank you for your contribution, brother. I couldn't get through your comment very well. It's good when you write, you put some punctuations like question mark, command, all of that to make it easy for the reader. So we cannot make this country get better by just saying this person is a faithful person. Any faithful person who gets into this system, this present system, will become unfaithful. You can't tell me you are a righteous person and you are in a room, you lock yourself up with naked women. You say you are faithful. You are faithful. You are not faithful. Your manhood is not working. Because if it is working, you must use it. So we cannot allow these past leaders, because Olusegun Obasanjo, we are not blaming anyone for it because it was not only Olusegun Obasanjo who voted for Buhari to come into power. Olusegun Obasanjo said Buhari, as at the time Buhari was aspiring, that Buhari will be the only Messiah to deliver us. You see now, the same person is now coming to tell us we shouldn't divide the country. Let us leave it the way it is so that when it's 2023, it will come and tell us who next we should support or vote. Because he feels he has the voice. Because he feels he has the money. He has the authority. He has the power to influence people. This is one of the problems we are facing. If we continue with this present system, we cannot have it done well. Because we have endured enough. We are not saying we should divide the country to make the country go in disarray. To bring everything down. No. Divide it in such a way that people can begin to bring in their ideas. There are a lot of people with great ideas in this country, but they don't have the enabling environment to perform. So we need to create a system whereby everyone can come in to perform what they know. Not few people who do not even know anything. People struggle all alone. People get through the desert. If we have a system that when you have an idea, you come in, present your proposal, the institution will look into it. Once they see what you've written is valuable, they bring out money, invest with you, make sure that there are supervisors. I think so many people who even went through Libya will not even have dared such journey for the very beginning. Even as we're speaking now, people are still struggling. There is news everywhere that the road is bad now, but yet people are still struggling to get through it. Why? Being here, there is nothing to do. The government does not know whether you are existing. The system is not representing everyone. It's just representing some few people. The system is just only favoring few people. So they're like, we have waited. How long are we still going to wait? You see people embark on deadly journeys. If we have a better system to have our youth engaged, do you think some people will leave this country? No, they will not leave. They will not leave. If we have a proper system to have people get through university, do you think so many people will drop out? So many people will not drop out. But these representatives, they are using our money to have their children go into the best schools, to get into the best schools in the world. They get out of the school, yet they cannot produce anything. Waste of resources. Meanwhile, there are a lot of people who needed to go to such schools and become productive. But this, our representative children only gets there just to have it as a name. I went to Oxford University. But they cannot produce anything. It's a waste of resources. It is a very bad system. Our system is a very bad one. Go and check it. No one gets in to become a governor of a state and gets to be done with the tenures and don't be rich. No one has ever been president in this country and that is not rich. You call yourself servants. You have come to serve the people. Once you are done with power, you become rich automatically. You become rich automatically. Those you came to serve, they are still living like slaves. Life is still difficult for them. They don't have any enabling environment. Nothing has changed in their lives. Hardship will even kill many before you finish your tenure. So this is the time that creative minds need to begin to rise up from different regions and states. Let us hook up and be strong together as one. Let us divide this country. It is the only way even the common person will get to survive in this country without troubling anyone. If people want to do anything, if they don't go to steal, they will turn into beggars. In a country like that, why would there not be insecurity? Why would things not continue to get wrong? Nobody have the enabling environment. When you have an idea, you have someone you can sell it to, you have government that you know it is very valuable. Once you go to share this idea with them, they will do something about it. Because whatever money you spend on any individual must come back to the country. Must come back. When are we even going to begin to even sponsor people into some professions and become so very good at it? We even send them to other countries to go and practice there, to go and work there and make money like other countries are doing today. They train their citizens very well and send them to us. We pay them heavily. Meanwhile, we have same youth to do exactly what anyone else is doing, but no enabling environment. So the time has come for people to start projecting aspirants. So all they will do now is to begin to patronize us, is to begin to condemn whoever they don't like, for you to feel, oh, they are with us. They are not with us. Because we all are be crying, hey, things are very outrageous in this country. Things are very high in this country. Did you hear Obasanjo come to cry one day? He did not come out to cry one day because he has all to himself to survive. If you like, let pure water become 1,000 naira today, they will buy it. It is you and I that cannot afford it. So that's why we cannot wait for these people. We cannot wait for them. It is our responsibility to stand tall, to say, no, this is how we want it. Do you think the Senate, they don't like what they are enjoying there? The representatives, you want to tell me they don't like what they are enjoying there? So are you expecting such people to come tell you, yes, we need to divide the country so that they will lose their positions? You want someone like Obasanjo to come and tell you, yes, we need to divide the country so that he will still lose the power he's still enjoying? He's still enjoying a lot of power. People are floating into his house, his residence, often for one aspiration or the other to consult with him. So he's enjoying a lot of those things. And no one gets in there with empty hand because he's not like a deity. You can't go and meet a deity with an empty hand. So he's still enjoying that power. He wants it to remain. So such a person cannot come to give you good reason why we should divide this country. But they will only work out to tell you that this is the reason why you shouldn't divide the country. We have to divide the country to cut down their wings so that everybody now have to now believe on what you can create to live in this country. Look at all our leaders. Many of them don't know, they are not creative. Which particular project are we enjoying in this country today that you can say Buhari personally was the head of this project? Not just a president, not just that he made money available, but he was the head of this project. And we are enjoying from it today. They are so lazy. People just come, they tell people, we need money for this. They just sign money and give to them. Before you know, they go and share the money. Same people in power are the only people who have the authority, who have the privilege to go and tell them, this is what we need. We need to construct such road. We need to do this one for this, just for them to get money from there. Individuals, citizens, ordinary citizens like you and I are supposed to have the same privilege. Once you have something viable, that you know when you do it, it will better you, it will better the country. It will better those to come after us. You should have an institution you speak to. You should have an institution you get to meet. You people will work it out. Once they see it visible, they make money available and they make sure that that project become a reality. But it's not so. They give contracts and award contracts to those only they know and those in government. So how can you and I get the light of the day? When it's all about you must get in there first before you can eat, before you can do well, before you can make money. So politics is business in our country. Division is not the problem of Nigeria, my great brother. Revolution is the only way out in Nigeria. You see, as I speak to everyone right now, whichever one we know is going to help the country, let us stand up and do it. Provided it shouldn't be the one that will bring in more problem to us. Provided it shouldn't be the one that will make the common people in the street to suffer the more. Because the only reason why I am here this morning, I'm only considering one thing Obasanjo said, that if we divide the country, the minority group will suffer. So we have to look into it. Is it true? We can't just say because Obasanjo have been in the system, let us do away with his statement completely. No. In every nonsense, there's a sense. There's every tendency someone you don't like, something good might be coming out from the person's mouth that can also be a solution to you. So we have to consider what he's saying. We have to consider, is it true? Will the minority really suffer if we divide the country? Will the minority still suffer if we resort to revolution? These are questions we need to begin to ask, because a lot of us are with different opinions. But whichever opinion we feel will help this country, what we need to consider mostly is, will it better everybody? Because I don't need to be in my house and start worrying about another person. I need to be very sure that once my region is okay, it's also okay for other people. Not when I go out, I see people begging in the street and they are my fellow citizens. How can these people be represented? Is what we are out here for now. Is what we are out here for now. If it is revolution, let's state it out where. How can it be of benefit to the nation? How can it be of benefit to the common masses in the streets? I am not just here to give the overall opinion, because I know among a lot of you listening to me, there are more intelligent people than I am. There are more intelligent people than I am. So, but whichever one we know is the best, let us come together now. Because if we keep waiting for a governor to now come out and say, hey, it's revolution. If we are waiting for Buhari to now say, hey, it's revolution, it will not work. We are the reason why they are there. The reason for the creation of leadership is because of the common people. and the interests of the common people. So if revolution is the answer, what is holding us? What is holding us? What are we still waiting for? They will work so hard to frustrate any strategy, but we shouldn't relent. Tell them America and Canada are collecting our first class to build theirs. Nigeria leaders are busy buying cars and buying cars. Mr. Dino, I don't go to school in my country, but here in Europe, I am learning language. It's no longer the time to criticize anymore. It is the time to say, this is what will help Nigeria. All I want here, the reason why I'm doing this video, because I know there are like minds out there. Me, I'm just saying division. It's just a suggestion. It's just an opinion. It might not be the best. Because if you ask me, how if we divide the country, how can it be of help to everybody? I'll be able to tell you because I have been working hard on it. How different regions can survive. If any region is even down, how other regions can come together to lift that same region up. Because it's still happening today in the world. A particular country will be suffering. You see other countries begin to make contribution to help the country. Some give grants, some even give loan to the country. It's to help the country to stand. So if division is not the best, if revolution is the best, we need to now begin to talk. How can this revolution really help us? Help the common masses. Not just to create something that will now empower some people, and some people are still suffering. It's still going to be the same system. Because the system we've been into for long is just to empower some certain few numbers of people, while all the majorities are suffering. So we are tired of it. Nigeria is not like a place that if you live in, you feel it's just you alone. You're just out there to solve only your problem. You should be ready for more problems. As I live today, I solve my problem. I know many people around me, I solve their problems too. Because I know the dangers. If you don't fix up people, I know the dangers. If you don't fix up people, if you don't help people to have something doing, if you don't help people to at least let them feel like they are living. So we want to be sure that once this thing comes to be, everybody will be okay. Those who will only suffer will only be suffering because maybe they don't want to do anything. Anyone who still go ahead to become an armed robber will know that this is what this person wants to be. We'll create the system for the person too, to go through it as a criminal. Everybody will be very, very sure that this person is an armed robber because this is what the person wants to do. Because there is an enabling environment for the person. The person only chose to ignore it. There is something this person can do. If it is work you want to learn, there should be an institution you go to meet. I want to learn this particular work. And before you are done learning, the same institution will be working so hard. The same institution will be working so hard to make sure that you have a place to work, so that through there you'll be making some contribution through your salary, so that the country can get back the money spent on you. We are not just saying just give somebody money. Like a lot. Okay, look at another problem we're about to face in this country now. A lot of people, citizens, are just hoping to see that you just stand in your house, you just sit in your house, you receive 30,000 naira, you receive 40,000 naira from government. And don't be surprised, they might start doing it now because they want to remain there, just to be paying you. Are you an imbecile? Are you handicapped? That you just sit in your house, they'll just be paying you money. Let's create a system where everybody will now become busy to be using our brain to create. Because if all I need to do is to create, because I know I have an enabling environment to bring whatever I create into reality, I will not think of stealing. I will not think of going to rob my neighbor. to have certain things achieved in my life. So all I should be concerned about is what is going to work for me, because I know once I'm able to get it, I have an institution that I can work with to make sure that dream comes to pass. Good morning, Tina Osage. Nigeria is dead. We need division. Whether it be division or revolution, whichever one, it is time for the youth of this great country begin to stand up. You mustn't have to be a graduate. It's time to begin to sensitize people. Because even the people they are using against this country, once they get to know that if this thing comes to be, even life will be easy, because a lot of them are doing what they are doing for them because of money. Fellow citizens like you and I, we volunteer. Not just volunteer, they will be paid to go and kill another fellow citizen because we are saying the truth. And the person will accept the money. Why? Hardship. But if we have a system where everyone can actually strive, you can't then meet anybody and say, take money, go and kill this person for me. Why should I resort to that? For you to come and pay me to go and kill my fellow human, when I know I can create something and become something important in my society. People who built aeroplanes, people who invented a lot of things, go and check it out. Was it done by them solely alone? No. They only had the ideas and brought in people who have the connections, who have the money, who have this, who have that to bring it into reality. That is how we got all these things today. So that is why Nigeria needs to be, restructured in such a way that everyone knows this is the system. Once the child is growing up, the child starts thinking. It is through that thinking people begin to get to see things to invent. And once we have a lot of inventors today. If you even go down my wall, you see a young man who constructed a Lamborghini skeleton, and there was engine in it, and I was even inside it. We're driving it around. Where is the young guy today? I posted that video. I think that video had almost about 300 and something thousand views. But this same young man is still in the street suffering. He's still there. Nowhere to take him to. Not until we take him out of this country, he cannot become anything. So that is why we need to do away completely with this system. Those who have been part of this system, who are still part of the system, we don't need to listen to them again, because they are all finding a way to see how they can begin to gather us together and begin to tell us fallacy towards 2023. Good morning, brother. Please, what we need to do is to protect ourselves against the jihadist government. These people are already in our place. That is all I can say. At least let's protect ourselves. Thank you. We are aware of this. Yes, the country banned this everywhere. Okay, who are these people they are using? Fellow citizens like you and I. People who are supposed to be charged with the responsibility. People who are supposed to be charged with responsibility to just sit down to create. But yet they will just buy them guns and tell them, go and be causing problem. They give them money. That's all. And you see them get into a place, they don't mess anybody, start killing people. They use the money to get out drugs and get out of human. Ordinary people are supposed to be creative. Till this very time we are talking. Good morning, brother. Topic, okay. The topic myself, I'm suggesting we divide the country to make the country a better place. Some say it's revolution. So what are you saying? If it is revolution, how can we have it achieved through revolution and make sure that we still have our place safe and sound? Because this country belongs to us. We are not living here to another place. This is a place that God gave to us. So how can we have something done in this country to make sure that we still have everybody represented? and have our country safe, not to destroy everything, not to resort to war. It is what we are out here discussing this morning. Which direction do we go right now? Because if we are not swift enough, 2023, even though they cannot deceive you and I, there are a lot of our brothers and sisters that they can still deceive. So that's why we need to move ahead of time to spread it like a gospel. Whatever we know will help this country now, we need to spread it like a gospel. Give us number next. Okay, give us number, let's contribute. I think we have to do that some other time because I've stayed too long on this. Despite it's weekend, I still have 1 or 2 to do. I promise us I will announce when next I should be out, where I will give the chance to people to contribute. Yes, we really need people's contribution. Because I am not saying it, I'm not yet saying it because I know it all. That's why all I'm saying here is just a suggestion. It's just a suggestion. So we need to come up to a particular solution together. What's your number? Yes, I know a lot of you want to contribute, please. I know a lot of you want to contribute. Please pardon me. I never planned it in such a way people contribute today. I promise us I'll be out next time and I'll publish when I'll be out next time, and I'll give us a number to call in into the program and give your own contribution. So that when people begin to listen to different ideas, people will get to know that yes, this thing can work. We want to convince people that it can work without these leaders coming to give you 5,000, coming to give you 3,000. We can make it work ourselves. Because people only want to hear you when they know you have money to share around. We went to a place one day, and what people were just expecting, because the place we went to, the man we went to meet, was a wealthy man. People's expectation was drink, water, food, and all of that. They were not interested in what the purpose we were going there for. So that is why when the poor man summons anyone today, it will be very difficult to see people listen and come out and gather before the poor person. So we need to change this mentality of just give me. I need, what can I just get? Okay, if I go out there, what can I just get and put in my pocket? We need to change it. This is the time for us to listen to ourselves. Once we listen to ourselves very well, and we get to know that what we are discussing is valuable, we can have it done in such a way. Then everybody pulls along. No one should wait for anyone to can give you money before you do what is right for your own self and for your generations to come. The bad politicians we are waiting for to come and give us money, which money are they giving to us? Our own money. So it's a curse. It's not a blessing. So I promise us in our next program, I will try to publish when I'll be out. Let people give in their opinions. So that even me, myself, I want to be convinced, because if you say it's revolution, if you call into such program, you need to arrange the system. This is like, okay, you are arranging the system, how it should be. Don't just say revolution without telling us how revolution can actually help us. If it is division, don't just tell me it's division. You need to tell us how division can really help us, so that people can continue to come into the idea. So once we have one thing to do all together, I tell you, it will be very easy for us to achieve. Very, very easy to achieve. The policeman that is being given fast salary.
Now we don't hear from Endurance. Let us know what you think for comment section. If you never subscribe to Dan ARG YouTube, try make you subscribe, so that make you for the hear all the things where they happen for Nigeria. Make I leave you now with the video, make you help us share them. Thank you for watching Dan ARG YouTube.